Welcome to Idea Sessions. In this video, we will cover 11 ways on how to achieve emotional freedom by letting go of attachments. Embrace impermanence. Embracing impermanence is a powerful way to achieve emotional freedom by letting go of attachments. When we recognize that everything in life is temporary, whether it's relationships, material possessions, or circumstances, we can begin to release our emotional dependence on them. Understanding impermanence allows us to accept change rather than resist it, reducing the fear of loss and disappointment. By embracing this truth, we cultivate a mindset of openness and flexibility, recognizing that clinging to things that inevitably shift leads to suffering. Impermanence teaches us to value experiences in the present moment, rather than becoming attached to outcomes or expectations. It also encourages personal growth, as we adapt to life's ebb and flow with grace and resilience. Letting go of attachments through the acceptance of impermanence fosters a deeper sense of peace and emotional freedom. This approach helps us remain grounded in ourselves instead of being overly tied to external circumstances or possessions. Cultivate self-awareness. Cultivating self-awareness is a key step in achieving emotional freedom by letting go of attachments. Self-awareness involves understanding your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, helping you identify what you are attached to and why. By reflecting on your emotional triggers and recurring patterns, you can uncover the attachments, whether to people, outcomes, or beliefs, that may be limiting your emotional well-being. Once you recognize these attachments, you can start to question their value and how they influence your life. This process helps you understand that many attachments stem from insecurity, fear, or the need for validation. With greater awareness, you can consciously choose to release these unhealthy dependencies and shift your focus toward inner stability and self-compassion. By practicing mindfulness and regularly checking in with yourself, you develop emotional intelligence, making it easier to detach from external sources of happiness. Ultimately, cultivating self-awareness leads to greater emotional resilience and freedom. Develop self-compassion. Developing self-compassion is essential for achieving emotional freedom by letting go of attachments. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially during times of difficulty or failure, rather than being overly critical or harsh. Often, attachments stem from a need for external validation or perfectionism, driven by self-judgment and fear of inadequacy. By cultivating self-compassion, you learn to embrace your imperfections and recognize that your worth is not tied to external achievements, relationships, or possessions. This shift in perspective allows you to release the need for approval and validation from others, breaking the cycle of attachment. When you practice self-compassion, you become more forgiving toward yourself, which helps reduce anxiety and stress caused by holding onto unrealistic expectations. As you nurture a healthier relationship with yourself, it becomes easier to let go of attachments and find emotional freedom through inner peace, self-acceptance, and personal growth. Let go of control. Letting go of control is a powerful way to achieve emotional freedom and release attachments. Often, attachments arise from the desire to control outcomes, situations, or people. This need for control creates anxiety and frustration when things don't go as expected. By learning to accept uncertainty and trust the natural flow of life, you can reduce the stress and emotional burden associated with clinging to control. Letting go of control means embracing the idea that not everything is within your power, and that's okay. It involves trusting that outcomes will unfold as they are meant to, rather than trying to manipulate or force situations. This acceptance fosters emotional resilience and reduces the need for attachment to specific outcomes or expectations. As you release the grip of control, you open yourself up to new possibilities and a sense of inner calm, allowing you to experience emotional freedom and live more fully in the present. Focus on inner growth. Focusing on inner growth is a powerful way to achieve emotional freedom by letting go of attachments. When you prioritize personal development over external achievements or material possessions, you shift your focus from things you cannot control to what truly matters, your inner self. By nurturing qualities such as resilience, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence, you cultivate a strong foundation for emotional well-being that isn't dependent on external circumstances. Inner growth helps you recognize that attachments to people, outcomes, or objects often stem from unmet internal needs, like validation or security. By addressing these needs from within, you become less reliant on external sources for happiness or fulfillment. This shift enables you to experience greater peace and contentment, regardless of changing circumstances. Focusing on your own growth encourages continual self-improvement and adaptability. As you evolve, you naturally let go of attachments that no longer serve your emotional freedom, allowing you to live with more clarity and purpose. Limit materialism. Limiting materialism is a crucial step in achieving emotional freedom by letting go of attachments. When we place excessive value on material possessions, we often equate them with happiness or self-worth. However, this attachment to things can lead to dissatisfaction, as the pursuit of more never truly fulfills emotional needs. By shifting focus away from materialism, you create space for more meaningful connections and experiences that promote lasting happiness. Embracing minimalism and simplifying your life allows you to detach from the belief that possessions define your value. Instead of seeking validation through external objects, you can cultivate inner peace and contentment. Focusing on non-material aspects of life, such as relationships, personal growth, and mindfulness, helps break the cycle of attachment to things. As you limit materialism, you experience greater emotional freedom, free from the pressure to accumulate, and find fulfillment in life's intangible, meaningful aspects. Set healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is essential for achieving emotional freedom and letting go of attachments. Boundaries allow you to protect your emotional well-being by establishing clear limits in relationships and situations, helping to prevent over-reliance or unhealthy attachments to others. When boundaries are strong, you can maintain your sense of self without feeling responsible for meeting everyone's needs or seeking constant validation. By setting healthy boundaries, you communicate your needs and values, reducing the likelihood of emotional entanglements that can lead to stress or codependency. These boundaries also give you the space to prioritize self-care and personal growth, allowing for greater emotional independence. Healthy boundaries encourage mutual respect and foster more balanced relationships. When you detach from the need for approval or fear of rejection, you can engage with others authentically and without attachment to outcomes. In doing so, you achieve emotional freedom by protecting your energy and staying true to yourself. Forgive and release grudges. Forgiving and releasing grudges is a powerful way to achieve emotional freedom by letting go of attachments to past hurts. Holding on to resentment and anger ties you emotionally to the people or situations that caused pain, keeping you trapped in a cycle of negativity. By choosing to forgive, you release the emotional burden that comes with grudges, allowing yourself to heal and move forward. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional grip that the past has over your present life. When you let go of grudges, you reclaim your emotional energy, redirecting it towards growth and inner peace. Releasing resentment creates space for compassion and self-love, enabling you to detach from unhealthy emotional attachments. As you forgive, you break free from the negative emotions that weigh you down, achieving greater emotional freedom and the ability to live more fully in the present without being burdened by the past. Adopt a growth mindset. Adopting a growth mindset is a powerful way to achieve emotional freedom by letting go of attachments to fixed outcomes and rigid beliefs. A growth mindset encourages the belief that challenges, failures, and changes are opportunities for learning and self-improvement, rather than threats to your self-worth. This mindset shift allows you to release attachments to perfectionism or the need for constant validation. When you embrace the idea that you can grow through experience, you become less attached to specific results or the fear of making mistakes. This reduces emotional stress and opens more flexibility in how you approach life. You learn to see setbacks as part of the journey, not something that defines you. By focusing on personal development and learning, a growth mindset helps you let go of the need for external approval or control, fostering resilience and emotional freedom. It encourages continuous progress, making it easier to navigate life with a sense of curiosity and openness. Meditation and reflection. Meditation and reflection are essential practices for achieving emotional freedom by letting go of attachments. Through meditation, you cultivate mindfulness, allowing you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This practice helps create distance between yourself and your attachments, enabling you to recognize them as transient experiences rather than fixed parts of your identity. Reflection complements meditation by providing a space to analyze your feelings and the roots of your attachments. By regularly assessing what holds emotional weight in your life, you can identify unhealthy dependencies and release them. This process fosters greater self-awareness, allowing you to understand the impermanent nature of emotions and situations. Additionally, meditation promotes inner peace, reducing the anxiety often associated with clinging to people or outcomes. As you practice these techniques, you gradually develop emotional resilience and clarity, empowering you to let go of attachments and experience a more liberated and fulfilling life. Limit comparisons. Limiting comparisons is a vital step toward achieving emotional freedom by letting go of attachments. In a world dominated by social media and constant connectivity, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your worth against others. This habit fosters feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, and anxiety, creating unhealthy attachments to others' achievements and lifestyles. By consciously choosing to limit comparisons, you shift your focus inward, fostering self-acceptance and appreciation for your unique journey. This practice encourages you to celebrate your own progress and accomplishments, rather than viewing them through the lens of others' successes. Setting boundaries around media consumption and cultivating gratitude for your own strengths and experiences can further help in reducing comparison. As you let go of the need to compare, you liberate yourself from external standards and expectations, allowing for greater emotional freedom and authenticity. This shift enables you to embrace your individuality, fostering a more fulfilling and peaceful existence. By incorporating these practices into daily life, you can gradually release attachments that limit emotional freedom and cultivate a more balanced, fulfilling inner life. We hope this video helps you, and check out our other video related to mental health.